Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the room on tonight. Hey, roommates, I pray that all is well. I pray that you have had a great start to your day, a great start to, well, a great week so far. We are back again in the room. Welcome. If this is your first time, let us know. I am Dr. Gina Crawford of the Room Experience LSCM 633. And so we are grateful to be back in this space on tonight. I'm excited, as always, to hang out with you. This is a place where we talk about what we talk about in the rooms of life. And so tonight is no different. If you're popping in, tell us where you're from. If you're popping in, to let us know if this is your first time. Again, we want to say welcome. Go ahead and like, love, and share. Somebody needs to hear this conversation on tonight. If you have missed any of our conversations, you can feel free to go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel, LSCM633, and go back and look at a couple of the videos and replays. We've been doing this for a while. So tonight, invite your family members, invite your friends, invite your loved ones, invite the people that you don't even know to come and hang out with us as we have this conversation on tonight. Let us know that you are in the room with us. Let us know that you're in the space with us on tonight. I guarantee you don't want to miss this conversation, as you don't want to miss any conversation that we have. So tonight is the last Thursday. Y'all, it's the last Thursday of May. The last Thursday of the month of May. May just kind of flew by. It just came in, was like, all right, just checking to see if y'all still here, and kept going. So, as always, at the end of every month, I try to bring somebody on just to kind of sit and talk with me, so y'all just don't hear from me all the time, right? And so tonight, it's no different. It's the end of the month. Our chair chat on tonight. So our chair chat on tonight is very special. None of them, the rest of them aren't. But this one is very special because you get a chance to again take a sneak peek into my life behind the scenes, and the people who are helping me to maintain, the people who are the person who is helping me to maintain, other than God, hallelujah, and the person who's helping me to keep it all together. And so, coming to the stage with me on tonight is none other than, drum roll, please. Who y'all think it is? Who y'all think it might be? It's not Logan. And don't log off because it's not Logan. Who y'all think it might be? Any guess? You don't want to try to guess? I think y'all already know. So, coming on to tonight with me is none other than the Robert Crawford himself. Hi, Robert.
Good evening.
How are you?
I am wonderful. How are you?
I'm good. I can't see your face.
You can't see me?
No. Why did you get dressed up for this?
I didn't get dressed up. I just put on a shirt to look presentable.
But it's a going out shirt.
I wanted to make you look nice as I was on your show.
So do I need to go get dressed and come back?
You are dressed.
I mean, like a dressy dress, like a dressed up
I
dress.
just have on a shirt, Gina.
Mm. Y'all here already, right? So let me tell you something. So was about 2 weeks ago. We celebrated you. We celebrated last Monday, the 18th, your 50th birthday. Whoop
Mhm.
whoop. And I noticed that as your birthday was approaching, and I noticed that even after your birthday, like literally, you have been stepping it up, and to the point where it's like, is he still going to work? Like, do you still work in the same place?
I do.
So what's the change?
There hasn't been a change. No change.
Mm, from your perspective. So let's stay in this space of 50 or celebrate. So last time we talked on this platform, you were younger. Um, you were younger. You were 49. You were younger. So for those who don't know, we had the opportunity to have this big celebration, and we celebrated you the Saturday before your birthday, family and friends. Some people you were surprised, and kind of other. So for those who don't know, Robert is not the person to be the center of attention. That's just not who he is. And I want to know from you, what did that feel like? Like, you're the person who always celebrates other people. So what did that feel like for you to be celebrated?
It was a very uneasy feeling for me because I am not one to be the center of attention. Although I don't mind working behind the scenes, and what I do for you is just being done for you out of the goodness and kindness of out of my heart and of me being who I am. So
Right.
I thank you for the celebration, but it's just just not. I'm just not the person that prefers to stand up front and be celebrated or um, acknowledged.
So you're saying we didn't have to do it?
I said thank you, and I'm glad you did. Please be nice to
Cause,
me as I know your show.
cause, woo, it was some work that went into that, and we wanted to make sure that you were celebrated. And again, people don't know that you are the behind the scenes person. You're not the person to celebrate you're not the person to I'm serious, like, we gonna do it. So you're not the person to step out front. You're not the person like, oh, look at me, look at me, look at me. And so just to see the people that were in the room, just to see you being celebrated, it did a lot for me, and it just did a lot for other people. And everybody shared the same sentiment about you. It's like, you are the show up person. You're the person where you look up and you're there. Um, so for those who don't know, okay, so okay, how do I not make myself sound bad? So for those who don't know, and I'm not that I'm putting you on a pedestal or anything like that. Robert is a person where he's very quick. She's like, the apostles look like, no, we had to do it. He's very quick to forgive. And so, I'm still a work in progress. And it's like, when I look at you, it's literally like, even in that aspect of it, even in with the celebration, even certain things that I thought, and transparently, full transparency, certain people that I thought should have been there, well, okay. But anyway, you are such a forgiving person. Um, how? Like, how do you do it? How do you do it?
Who am I to judge somebody else? Um, I Everybody has their own mechanisms, schisms, isms, all of that. So you do what you want to do, and
True.
I just put it like that. You do what you want to do. So it does put some things in perspective a little bit to say, um, and I'm gonna just leave it at that. Just leave it at that.
Yeah, yeah. Because you and I, we have these conversations. We have these conversations. Yes, quick to forgive, but fooling with people is a whole nother story. That is so true. My mama says, my mama's like, hey, my mama told me a long time ago, and she was like, Gina, once you know how people are, you know how to treat them.
True.
And so that has stuck with me. And so, sometimes people think that you're being iffy with them, or that you're being funny, or that you're being arrogant, or you think that you're better. But sometimes it's like, you gave me the scissors to cut the cord. So you literally handed your behavior, handed me the scissors to be able to cut the cord. And, sometimes I think God allows that to happen for us, because, or else we would still try to attach ourselves to those people. Um, so yeah.
In that same vein, everybody can't go with you, and so everything is not meant for everybody. So in that They may have been invited, but you might not have, some people just probably shouldn't have been invited to begin with.
Woo, can you cue the organ music?
But hey, I'm not gonna stress it. I put it out there. I gave you the opportunity to show up. Or I'm sorry, you gave them the opportunity to show up.
Yeah.
And they didn't, so that's their loss.
And granted, some people had some things that happen and those people reached out. Granted, things do happen. But y'all, can I be honest? And I think Robert can tell you. So Robert has had to share with me or had to tell me a couple of times. Gina, I can take care of myself. You remember telling me that?
Yes.
Do you know why? Can you tell people why you told me
that? She's very overprotective of me in all aspects of life. And I have to let her know, hey, I am an adult. I can do it. If I need help, I'll ask you for it. But it's that this has been a battle since we've gotten married, actually.
Because I'm having to learn how to war in the spirit. Because your girl want to war in other ways. And so literally he's had to tell me, okay, back down. It's okay. Yeah, it's I'm still there have been times where I'm just like, I'm ready. And he's like, girl, calm down, Gina. And so I don't know if y'all have noticed, but we are two totally different people in terms of personality. Yes. That was me. Let somebody mess around. So even my mama's that way. My mama is very overprotective of you. And she lets it be known.
But trust and believe, when people cross the line with me, they will know. You do know. You do know.
I'm on your side. Thank you, Apostle. Thank you. Because we'll roll up in a minute, right? Like, yeah. But and I look at it as because, and again, it's not putting you on this pedestal, but it's because of who you are, and it's because of what's in you. Just to see and to watch you grow. Just to watch you grow from the time that we got married up until now. It's been 24 years that we've been married, but we've known each other for
about 35.
It's been how long? About 30 years.
Since 97.
So we're coming up on 30 years. And so to be friends and to know you as a friend and then to have that responsibility of now being your wife and you being my husband, it's a whole different level of responsibility. But just to watch you grow into to who you are and who you are becoming. And so it does me. So for those who don't know, was it on your birthday? It aired. Pastor Janine Jackson aired the health talk show, right? And so that was my first time, hearing it and just watching it and watching you in action. And so I literally went to my mom's room, and she and I had a moment. So I opened the door and we looked at each other. We was like, girl. And she said, I know why. But it's just to see you evolve. And when I tell you to watch you go through the things that you've gone through and to watch you become who you are, it has just been, for me, it really is God working through you. And it's not to say for those who are looking at now, let me tell you, some people look at us, oh, they are so cute. Oh, they are so this. How do you guys make it last? Let me tell y'all something. Nothing but the blood of Jesus. But God. So, I think somebody recently asked me, how did you guys make it to 24 years? How would you answer that question? How do we make it to 24 years? Are you praying now?
A lot of prayer. A lot of prayer. Did you
just pause and pray right now?
This is not something that just happened. God had to have been in the midst of this the entire time, because one, she didn't like me. That's the whole story within itself. And for us to actually have had our ups and downs throughout these 24 years and still be together, it's nothing but God. So it's true what they say, that marriage is it's like a second job. You have to work at it in order to make it a success, and in order to make it be lasting and worthwhile. You have to work at it.
And that's what my mom told me. She was like, Gina, I want you to understand, marriage is work. And so sometimes people get caught up in the wedding, they get caught up in the fantasy of it. But literally, marriage is work. And when you add kids, y'all have met our child, right? It's a it is a whole different level. But I mean, we're grateful. You've seen me at my lowest. I've seen you at your lowest. And I want to say that these past 5 years, especially, have been really, really, no, past beyond the 5 years. I want to say maybe the past 10 years with the kids, and, just, oh, mama said she's so proud of us. I didn't know she was on. Hey, mom. It's just literally, people think that you just wake up like this. People think that you don't go through anything just because you're in the church, or just because you serve in this capacity. You're a deacon, you're a pastor, you're this, you're that. People think that you don't go through certain things, and what they don't know is, sometimes you go through even more than other people go through. And so, go ahead.
But it's through your serving, and it's through your worshiping, and it's through your experiences that you are able to get through whatever it is that you're going through. Because as I sit right here right now, I'm looking at something that says, with God all things are possible. So no matter what you go through in life, everything that you go through, you're able to get through it, because all things are possible through Him. So you can't just look at your situation as like, and be downtrodden because you're going through it. Because if you do that, you won't make it through it. It's gonna eat it. It's gonna eat you and beat you the entire time that you go through it. But if you keep in the back of your mind that you can get through it because God is with you, and you can do all things because He strengthens you, you ain't got nothing to worry about.
So, what you want me to say after that?
Everybody have a good night. Thank you for joining us.
No, we ain't done. We're not through.
Oh, hey.
So okay. So how did you get to this point? Because a lot of people don't know. Like, literally, for you to be sitting in front of a camera talking live like this, yeah, that part. Years ago, it would not have happened. And to see you doing podcasts, and to see you being a guest in this capacity, and to see you now hosting a conference of your own, starting an organization and talking in front of people and being a guest speaker. What happened?
I don't know. So I was told, I've been told several times that I gotta stop hiding in the background. I'm trying to listen, but I'm very comfortable in the background. Very comfortable. But I do understand that what I've gone through recently, it wasn't for me. It was a blueprint as for somebody else to follow on their journey through it.
Oh, that's good. God happened. Teaching Bible study. God,
Bible study, podcast, daily post. I mean, it's none of that. I never planned to do any of that. But here it is. I think that's how I get. That's a part of my faith. It's a part of my faith walk and my faith journey. So I think when I lost my sister in 2020, I kind of stopped singing. I'm not gonna say kind of. The desire for me to sing really departed.
Yeah.
And so God is like, I'm gonna get you one way or the other to serve me.
Yeah.
So it went from just small little posts to now I'm doing I give you a post and I give you some ideas and thoughts to go behind it. And then here we come with another Brother Cares. I'm trying to do stuff with that, trying to organize a men's ministry and trying to be productive and trying to be productive
You said the M word.
and do stuff with men and try to help them. So I'm trying to put my best foot forward in everything that God has called me to do, because there's a purpose for it also. I don't know what the purpose is just yet, but there's a purpose for it. Keep it going, sister.
I'm stuck on the fact that you said the M word. Ministry. How would you share, or what would you say to people who are, it could be a friendship, it could be marriage, who are in relationships, it could be a covenant relationship, a ministry, whatever the case is. Like, you and I have had different points in life where we both have dealt with depression, and where I had that season, after the transitioning of our two boys, I had that season where it was just like, just completely numb. And then, once we were getting through that, here comes the diagnosis for you. And so then it was that season where, it shifted from me to you. How did you get through both of those seasons? The season where you had to make sure that I was okay, or you were trying to make sure I was okay, and now that season where you're trying to navigate life on your own, or yourself, through those two seasons.
Even through the depression, for both of us, I could try to continue to keep moving and try to keep doing stuff. And even when it got me down, I still was trying to keep it moving, keep it going. A lot of faith, especially during the time of the diagnosis, the treatment, and all of that. Faith, prayer. That's how we make it. Because if you don't have faith, you're gonna be lost. And if you don't pray, you're already lost. So that's something to keep in mind, that if as long as you incorporate the two of those things into your life, then you should be able to withstand anything, no matter what they throw at you.
You said something at your birthday celebration that you didn't think that you were going to make it to 50.
Mm-hmm.
Where did that thought come from?
Having the diagnosis itself, not knowing much about it, and hearing that, wow, to Mario Holly, and only hearing that.
Did you call his name out? Okay, go ahead.
For a diagnosis such as that, people only, or you only heard about people of age past 50, past 60, actually, having that disease. And when I say that disease, I'm gonna say prostate cancer, because that's what I had, and actually I had it twice. So for me to be I was diagnosed at 45. So for me to have it at 45, and some of the battles and challenges that I experienced, they weren't favorable or they
Mm-hmm.
weren't kind to me. Um, I can remember getting up to go to the restroom and couldn't go.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and not being able to go, that's a painful experience.
Yeah.
Having to be rushed to the emergency room only for them to only for them to do some stuff to you that God only you had to have been in the room to have witnessed it to see the outcome of that. Um that particular time. And then it happening again here at the house when I pushed and I pushed and I pushed, and that was a crime scene in the house. So the things that God allows you to go through, you can't always say that they're bad or that they don't have purpose for your life. It's
Yeah.
a teaching moment. It's a teaching moment.
And just to hear you talk like that, it's like it shows the level of spiritual maturity. You know, the fact that like you're one person, even though it gets you down, and I've seen you at your lowest, it's like you don't quit. Like it's almost like I've just seeing you just get up and even having to tell you, hey, you're not going today. Hey, go lay down. Hey, chill. And so it's that thing of, but that I think that's just that push of it's innate. It's just who you are. And sometimes people don't understand that, but they look at you and it's like literally if okay, so okay, my mind is going real fast. You already know that. So if somebody had to play Robert Crawford in a movie, the life of
Hmm.
the Robert, the man, the myth, the legend, who would it be?
I don't know. I can't answer that.
Who? Okay, so let me ask this: who would play me?
Who would play you?
Yes,
You like Viola Davis a lot.
we got to kind of remotely look alike.
Not necessarily, but I don't. Jill Scott. We'll go with Jill Scott. Y'all favor a little bit.
What's up? We'll go with Jill Scott. Okay, I think I got to pray about it, but okay. I mean, I can play me myself. That's not an issue. I can play me. But just I mean, for those like a lot of people don't know, even before the diagnosis and before the sons, it's literally she says it's got to be somebody silly. Ah,
Got to be somebody silly.
yes. Um, a lot of people don't know that there's so many things that you have endured. There are so many things that you have encountered, from car accidents to, I share this where you know the doctor told your mama you was a tumor. And literally, like it's almost like and I told you this before. It's like the enemy has been trying to take you out since before you even got here. And so, yeah, and still you keep going, you keep pushing. I have literally experienced people and heard people talk about you and say things about you and accuse you of things. And we've had our own issues, and yet and still it's like there's nothing that has happened to just say, okay, I'm just gonna give up. You know how people yank the cord out the socket and start wrapping it up. All right, it's a wrap. They ain't doing this no more. But I look at you
So
and I look at you, and you're quiet with it.
let me Whitney Houston had a song before she passed,
Mm-hmm.
and it said, "I don't know my own strength."
I didn't know my own strength. Mm-hmm.
And then also in that same song, she says, "I'm not built to break." Sometimes I feel like that. Even though the weight of the world is weighing down and it gets me to the point where I want to break, but something is in me that just won't let me break.
Do y'all hear this? Child. Woo.
Because if it won't work one way, I'm going to find another way for it to work.
That's good. That's real good. And you do it so calmly. That will preach. And you do it so calmly.
Why get upset and been out of shape about something that if you don't have any control over it, find another way.
Yes, you reserve the not being calm for me. Okay?
I'm not coming to get you out of jail.
No, you don't have to come get me out of jail. I'm not going to jail. It's enough prayer warriors to not let me go to jail.
I can see the table. I can see the table now. Let her out. Let her out. She didn't do nothing.
I'm not going to jail. I guarantee you I'm not going to jail. I'm not going to jail.
Okay, good.
I'm not going to jail. I promise you I'm not going to jail.
Okay.
They'll never know it's me. I'm not going to jail. Yeah. I'm not going to jail. I have gotten a whole lot better, you must admit. Wait a minute, haven't I?
You're a work in progress. I mean, you're calmer now. You're calmer now than what you used to be.
I am a whole lot calmer than I used to be. I attribute that to one, getting older, and literally it's when you really sit down and you allow God to deal with you before you deal with the situation and before you deal with another person. And you have literally had to talk me down a couple of times. Jenny, you can't say that, you can't do that, you can't. And so, I mean, for me, it's like, no, I can do. I mean, I think I'm justified in doing some of the things and saying some of the things. Like even some things you're just like, for people who don't know, a lot of times what people don't know is when I say things or when I type things or when I post things, a lot of times I let you read it first, right?
Yes.
Like even when I'm sending emails and stuff, like sometimes, hey, read this. Because I know that you're gonna tell me the truth, and I know that if it's gonna be offensive to you, it's like, okay, Jenna, no, you can't say that.
Delete.
Yeah, a lot of deleting around here. Not that I'm saying something bad or saying something negative. I mean, you just know me. You just know, huh?
It's the tone.
It's the tone. And then, I just remember when we were doing Cosmo Soul, what was the name that I was given?
Straight No Chaser. You tell people off in a direct, you can tell people off without using choice language. But you're very direct and you're very strong in your words.
You know why? And I think you know why. No, I'm not gonna say you know why. You do know why. Like my tolerance level is low for foolishness. Like it's like this.
Whereas
it's like,
I just tune them out.
It's like that braid. I don't know if like when they braid your hair and they get like this little piece right here. It's that low.
No, I can't relate to
that. Okay, so it's as low as your scalp. That's my tolerance level sometimes, especially for people that you've been talking to time after time after time after time after time after time after time. Was that Cyndi Lauper? Time after time, yeah. If you fall, I will catch you. I'll be waiting. So Twice says I tell people off in a nice way. And I don't think it's me telling people off. Let me tell you, I know what it is. I know what it is. Ever since I became a pastor, I've had to come to the realization, and for those who are in ministry, you understand. Either you want me as a pastor, or I will be your pastor, but I will not be your pacifier. That's where I am. I will be your pastor, but I will not be your pacifier. Ooh, maybe that's a shirt. I'm a pastor, not a pacifier. How has it been being married to me? Has it been rough? Has it
It's
been interesting?
interesting. It's
Have you
very
ever just want to
interesting.
say, you just want to walk away?
I have.
Robert, did you know this is love?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
You
he
want me to,
gonna have to tell me too.
would you
Elaborate,
like me
please.
to explain?
Please.
So when we first got married,
What a mute button, real quick.
she would
Okay, go
follow
ahead.
me around the house as if I was going somewhere. I couldn't go to the restroom. I couldn't go into another room without looking at you right there. And then, and now that we have an 8-year-old, he the same way. Oh my goodness.
We're just excited.
Is excited about what? I'm only one person.
I
That
know,
is
but it's like, you know how little puppies act when they own it. Not that you might own it, but I was like, you know how like, you know, you get it. You're supposed to. Okay, now would you rather that when you come home, I'm not excited?
no.
Okay.
But do you have to follow me around?
Yes, because I want to tell you about my day. So for those who don't know, every morning before I go to work, what do you tell me?
I have to give her rules for the day.
They're not rules. They're just a little pep
They
talk.
are keep your mouth closed. Don't be nice to people. Watch what you say. Keep your hands in your pocket. Those are rules.
I try. I try daily. And I think I've done a really great job at it. I do. I think I've done a really great job at it. So in saying that you know, there are times and thank you for your honesty. Thank you for your transparency. Um yeah,
That is
my
true.
mama said that. She did. She
That
said
is
it. She
true.
said, I just don't know. I don't know how your own my mama said it. So thank you for your transparency because a lot of people would not have been transparent to say, yeah, there are times when I wanted to walk away. Why did you stay? Wait a minute, are you staying?
I'm not here. I didn't place myself here.
Ooh.
So no matter how complex the situation gets sometimes, I didn't place myself in this situation.
So that's what we got. We got a situation.
I didn't place myself in this marriage, in this relationship. I didn't place myself here. For whatever reason, God allowed me to still be, God has still allowed me to be here to help you through your journey.
Yeah.
That's why I'm here.
Because there have been several times when, you know, I just want to quit.
You can't quit.
Like
It's not
even
about you.
I know that's the part you keep saying. Even remember when I was working on my doctorate?
Mhm. Which side?
And I was like almost to the end. And what did I tell you?
You don't want to do this no more.
I was like, I'm quitting. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. I'm done. I'm not going to finish it. And it was like maybe 3 months left or something like that. And I was like, yeah, I'm not finishing. I'm not going to do it.
Oh,
And
what about that time you wrote that sermon and the computer died and you lost the whole thing?
no, that wasn't that was one of my papers.
That was one of your paper. Okay, yeah.
That was one of my papers. And remember, the computer crashed. And I was done. I was like, that must be God saying, girl, don't even waste your time. I cried, and my mama felt so bad. You know how mama is. She just come and rub on your shoulder and just start praying to the Lord. Just help her remember everything she need to remember. Now, if one thing she gonna do, she gonna pray for you. She gonna start talking to the Lord on your behalf. But yeah, I literally is you get to that point, you just like, I have endured enough. I'm done. I don't want to do this. So it takes those people in your life, and I do believe that. I do believe that God will put people in your life. Remember, I told you that when we when we first started dating. So for those who don't know the timeline of our dating, the timeline of us being together, we were friends from 1997. We got married in 2002. And so we were friends all that time. He approached me in August or September 2002.
Something like that. I don't remember.
You still sound like you a little bitter. You approached me in September 2000, no, August 2002. And so you tried to take me out, and you was like, no, let me tell you where you messed up. You said, I got something to tell you. And you tried to take me out, and I was like, all I could hear was, I got something to tell you. I got something to tell you. So we ended up at Caribou Coffee House, and you told me how you felt. And I was like, yeah, no. And then literally, y'all, what happened was it was September, and we went to the spaghetti factory. No, the spaghetti warehouse. We went to the spaghetti warehouse. And so, what was it? September. Literally, I was laying in bed one night, and no, one morning, and I was like, oh my God, it's him. It's him. It really is him. And so remember when I came back to you,
Mm-hmm.
and then you were like, well, I'm seeing someone now. You weren't seeing nobody.
You don't know that?
You had a name and everything. I was like, how you see somebody that fast? Mm-hmm. So then in December, I remember we were in Macon, Georgia. Remember y'all had to sing, so we were in Macon, Georgia. And on the way back, we stopped at TGI Fridays at South Lake. And so you sat there and you wrote me a note on a napkin or a piece of paper. And the note said, will you be my girlfriend? Said yes or no. That was December 8th, 2002.
How do you remember that date?
Because it's important. So December 8th, 2002, it was like, yes, I'll be your girlfriend. January 26th, you proposed to me.
Because yeah, I did. Y'all, she was stuck to me like a tick.
Anyway, so we were around your family, and and I tell people I had to say yes because you were my ride back to Atlanta.
You didn't have to.
I did have to. I was gonna get back to Atlanta if I didn't say yes.
I still would have brought you back here and never spoke to you again.
I don't trust that. So I had to say yes because I was in Augusta with your people, and I'm like, okay, I ain't got no ride back home, so I'm gonna have to tell him yes. And then that was January 26th, and we got married May 18th. No, it was 2001. December 8th, 2001. 2000, yeah, December 8th, 2001. And then you proposed to me January 26th, 2002, and we got married May 18th, 2022. And so, some people are like, well, isn't that kind of quick? And literally, I do believe that, and it was said in the comments, this was God ordained. And so we don't, even though we don't always agree and we don't always mesh, one thing I can say that God has been at the center of both of our lives individually and collectively. And, we both have grown at different rates. We both have grown at at a different pace. But nonetheless, you remember that time when we got into this big argument? You're like, which time? So we got into this big argument. And before we went to church, like it was before we got to church. So we got into this big argument and we were at church, and that's when that song by Hezekiah Walker came out. I pray for you. You pray for me. I need you. So you were standing up, the choir was singing, the kids' choir was singing it, and they were singing. And so I was listening to the words of the song. I won't, harm you with words, but I need you to survive. And so I saw this tear come down your face. And I was like, oh my God. I literally thought that the tear was for me. I thought that you were trying to apologize and that you realized that you needed me. And then I said to you, when we were on the way back home, I said, I saw you. I saw you. I saw the tear come out your eye. And I said, oh, that song must have touched you. I said, was that tear for me? And you said, no, I like the song. Ninja.
You're live.
I know I'm lying. So yeah. So for those who don't know, this is Robert and Gina Crawford. We're the Crawfords. We're just hanging out tonight. So Robert is my guest for Chair Chat for this month. May is that month we celebrate our anniversary and his birthday, his 50th birthday, this month. And so, I just wanted to take an opportunity to have him come on and share and literally, for you all to see the people or the person behind the scenes who really keeps me going, the person who I get upset with. He hurt my feelings yesterday. But then, what we do is you bring me some food or a nice little treat, and it's like all is well.
How did I hurt your feelings yesterday?
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. You lied.
No, let's talk about it now. You brought it up. You
brought it up on the live. I'm not gonna do it. No, because my son is not here to protect me. And I'm gonna side with you. So no, but anyway. Yeah, that's it. I just want let's talk about what you have coming up. So let's talk about Another Brother Cares. That's one thing. One reason I really wanted you to be on here on tonight. Let's talk about the conference that's coming up. Another Brother Cares. What should people expect? I know this is new for a lot of people. There's so many things that are happening with men now. So what would you say to the man that you know? And shout out to Another Brother Cares. Shout out to the growth of the group. You all have a Facebook group, to my understanding. You all have, you've done the safe space and No More Drama with the nice gift that y'all got. I'm thinking, but you, and then you have people who are solid, who are, on this journey with you. So can you share right before we get off? Can you share about the upcoming conference?
So on July 18th, from 8:30 to 3, maybe 4, Another Brother Cares will present a conference, which is a safe space for men 18 and up. Mm-hmm. And in this conference, we will have some discussion in regards to being in isolation when you don't have to be, because there's, we are people that can help talk you through whatever it is you're going through. we have people with shared experiences of different walks of life. So you don't have to necessarily walk the same walk by yourself, especially if there's somebody that has already walked it and can help you navigate it better than what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Avoiding the mask. We don't have to hide behind the mask of the stigmas that are going on in the world today. And when you talk to people that are versed in different avenues of life, they might be able to help give you a different way or a different perspective to handle what you're going through.
Yeah.
Um, how to establish authentic connections with people. Everybody's not your friend. No matter what they portray, everybody's not your friend. So being able to recognize the different signs of who's actually in your corner and
Mm-hmm.
who's playing a facade in your face.
I love
So
that.
this is a safe space for men to come and to have a good time, to be able to be poured into. Myself, Apostle Jeter, Pastor Burrell. I have a couple of other brothers that work very close with me in planning and organizing this event, and we are looking for it to be a success. It's going to be a success whether or not the room is to capacity or it's only 5 people in it. So
Yeah.
we've been called and asked to do, based upon what the Lord has given me. So we're going to go ahead and go forth with it and do it. The event will be held at 2158 Ranchwood Drive, Atlanta, Georgia. Registration is $25. Registration is open. If you would like to sponsor a seat for someone, you can do so by Cash App of $ OBAAT 2023. And that's Cash App OBAAT 2023. And even if you would like to give a donation, you can use that same Cash App.
So that's $OBAAT 2023.
Yes, ma'am.
So can I get my sisters to share? So wait a minute, is it open to just like?
This is an event for men 18 and up.
You ain't gotta get loud.
I didn't get loud.
Yes,
I
you
just
did.
stressed it again.
You got loud. So for my sisters, can you your brothers, your cousins, your sons, your uncles, your nephews, your pastors, your apostle, your bishop, the elder, let's get the men in the room, especially for the times that we're living in now. It is much needed. And if you say, "Oh man, I got to work," hey, send your friend. Send your friend, send your friend, and so it is a safe space. It is a space for men. And let me tell y'all something. Just because men get together, ain't no funny business going on.
Right.
Ain't no funny business going on just because it's for men. You know what I'm saying? It's like we always got to be suspicious of people. So the men that are connected, we can vouch for them. We can vouch for them. And so Apostle Dr. Latrice Williams is sponsoring 2 men. LSCM 633 put us down for 2. And so, there's no excuse. We're complaining about our youth. We're complaining about, the men in our lives. We're complaining about the husband won't do this. We're complaining about the nephew. We're complaining about little John down the street. Sponsor them. Get them into this space. And so, you just don't know what it will do. Just for them to. Here's the thing: some men may get into the room and may not say a word, but it's something that they might hear that will change their entire life. And I love the fact that you said, and this is something that I have to work on. I love the fact that you said, even if it's 5 men in a room, it's going to be a success. And so, just the fact that you already have that mindset, you guys have already you're already victorious just from having that mindset. So kudos to you. I am super proud of y'all. I really am. I'm super proud of y'all because I know the work that it took behind it. And we don't understand why God does what He does. We don't understand why things happen. But just to have this, so it's almost as if it were not for the diagnosis, that you would have not have you would not have gotten to this destination. And
It
so
wasn't even a thought till
I
we were
know.
actually sitting there just having conversation, and it led into this right here. So yeah,
I was like, hey, pull the computer out. Let's go ahead. Let's type it up. Let's get it done. And so, we're super proud of you. Again, I'm proud of you. I'm proud to, to say that I've watched you grow into the person and that you've grown into and still growing into. So for those who joined us on tonight, I want to say thank you for hanging out with the Crawfords. I'm Dr. Gina Crawford. This is our Dub 76. And so we are who we are. I just thank God for the opportunity just to be able to share. Some people think that, oh, they have it all together. We don't. We don't. But God, we don't. And so, I like to tell people we're not perfect, but we're perfect for each other. And so, I just want to commend you on all the things that you're doing. Let us know if you need any help. Let us know if you need to stand outside and just like pull a man off the street and just drag him in there. I mean, we're willing. We're willing. You got a team of people who will help you legally. Remember, we're not going to jail. So listen, I love y'all. God bless you. So hey, for those who are connected to Pray 365 community, if you're not connected, get connected. Pray 365 in the morning is communion at 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so, we want to encourage you. You said it yourself that prayer has been a key. PowerPoint Christian Ministry, shout out. When I tell you this man is all things, he's the tech person, he's the deacon, he's the what else do you do? Like all the other stuff. Just whatever needs to be done, he's there.
I'm
And
hands
so
on.
you just hands on. The hands-on ministry. And so, again, even in that, I've watched you grow in that area. I've watched people overlook you. I've watched you being overlooked. And yet you still keep going. But that's God. That ain't nobody but God. Because your girl be ready. Okay, so anyway, thank y'all for hanging out with us on tonight. Oh, Brother Mike said give him a call. See?
Say what now?
Brother Otis Myers says let him know and give him a call.
Will do.
Hey, Brother Myers, thank you. So literally, and I love that because when you say 18 and up, there are so many people that you can get wisdom from. Even what it doesn't matter your age. It's really about having the necessary conversations. And there is nothing like having a conversation with men who have already gone to where you're trying to get to. And so I'm excited about that. Again, so be on the lookout for some other things that you're doing. I don't know when your other podcast episode is coming out, but we'll be on the lookout. So I want to say thank you guys for joining us on tonight. If you want to sow on tonight, I want you to sow into Another Brother Cares. If you want to sow on tonight, instead of sowing to LSCM 633, I want you to sow into Another Brother Cares. Invite somebody, sponsor a seat. Even if you can't sponsor a seat, I don't know. If you guys want me to cook something, let me know. I don't mind.
If you would like, LSC can sponsor our continental breakfast.
I said cook something. I say sponsor no breakfast.
You can sponsor our continental breakfast.
Duly noted.
Thank you.
They be your own people. They be your own people.
Thank you, Dr. Latrice.
and Gina. Listen, thank y'all so much for hanging out with us on tonight. So again, if you want to sew, I encourage you to sew into Another Brother Cares. It doesn't matter what state you're in. I think you guys have people in Arizona. What are some of the states that you all are in?
So if you want to count Arizona, that'll be Apostle G.S. Jackson. We have somebody in Nevada.
That's what in Nevada.
We have someone in all over. We got people all over Georgia. And with the Facebook group, it's worldwide. So yeah, it's worldwide. So friends are telling friends, friends are telling friends, and the stuff is getting out there.
So it's Another Brother Cares Global.
We're working on it.
Okay, global.
We're working on it.
I'm glad you're working. Glad you're working. Glad you're working. The work is all divine. So listen, we're gonna get out of here tonight. Because some of us still have to report in the morning. Yeah, some of us still got to report in the morning. So listen again, if you want to sew on tonight instead of sewing to LSCM 633, do me a favor and sew into Another Brother Cares $ OBAAT. And can I tell them what it means?
Mm-hmm.
So the OBAAT means one brother at a time. Isn't that cool? OBAAT, one brother at a time. So tell your friends, tell your family, listen, this is a safe space. It is a space for men. And so we just thank God for this space again. So listen, I'm Dr. Gina Crawford. Meet me here again next week in the room where we talk about what we talk about. If you want to hang out with us, so we do have a Chair Chat Summer Series coming up. So be on the lookout. You might get an email. I'm going to be emailing some people where we talk about the things that we talk about. So we're coming up on our summer series. And so again, thank you for joining us in the room. Like, love, and share. Go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel, LSCM 633. And we will see y'all next week in these Jesus streets. We'll holler. Good night, everybody.